Hello everyone, I'm Sveix, and today I'm here with the rank 1 Tech. Uh, to start, I got kinda inspired by Queltech's statement that Wisdom Dominion Control is dead, or like however she said that. I thought that this is complete bullshit and it can't be true. And as I figured out, of course it's not true. Wisdom Dominion Control is still here and it's fucking insane. But in a new form, I guess. So let's move on to the deck. Let's take the deck. Let's go to the edit deck so we can start talking card by card. So first we have 4 Chin of Wishes. So Chin of Wishes is insane in this deck. You have 22 spells, like 1/3 of your deck is our spells. It's really likely to hit the spell. If Chin gets like 2 activations, it's already a better Library Guards, because Library Guards is also 4 drop at the moment. No, it's a 5 drop. Okay, it doesn't really matter. It's a 5 drop, but it's a 4 drop technically because you almost always have ramp because you play 8 ramp cards. It's just a better Library Guards. Yes, it doesn't have 8 speed, but yeah, 8 speed. Oh my god, it doesn't have 3 speed, but it also has 5 HP, not 3 HP, which is really good against like Fireball and stuff. And it basically can just get out of hand against like Angels and stuff. Basically against any meter in stack, Chin has a huge chance of just getting out of hand really easily. It's an insane card. So next, it's probably the most surprising card here. 2 Maggie Expeditions. These are my main win conditions in this deck. And these actually win a lot of games. I think at over 50% of the games that I've won by Maggie Expedition. This card is insane. I think it's the best win condition for the Wisdom Dominion Control at the moment. It's an 8/8, so it's incredibly hard to remove. Like there is Ray of Righteousness, which obviously removes that, right? Then there is like Helm, which can mind control it. And what else is there? There's Soul Flames, but then they still like 8 damage. Yeah, like there is not much that actually removes that. Like most of the removal just can't hit Maggie Expedition. And removing it with creatures is basically impossible because I always play Maggie Expedition when board is already under my control. So next, I have 2 Brinhas. I think that Brinhas are pretty good at the moment because there is a lot of mid-range in the meta and Brinha can basically remove everything. Yes, it can get hit by like Tornado Outbreak and however that spirit is called that returns a creature on the board to player's hand and stuff like that, but it's still good. Like it goes off really often, and it's a lot of times it's actually a 3/4 with 4 speed, which is pretty insane because then it can block like Angelic Temples, Namir, and everything really well. Then, oh, good old Blood Seeking Mutant. Yes, it got nerfed, but I don't really see why people are making the mutant nerf such a big deal. I don't think that it's not such a big deal. Like the nerf was only relevant in situations. It only became a 4/4 in situations where you had already board control, which meant that you basically already had won the game, right? Like I think that there was one situation, like one game where I actually felt that the nerf hurt me during my entire climb with this deck. So Mutant definitely still an insane card, 4 of in every single Wisdom Control deck. And then last creatures, 2 Lord Cartesses. I've actually felt that maybe I should include more, but I think that 2 is still correct number. It's pretty insane sometimes when removing like Saluxius and Ancient Treants and stuff. But and like Guardians and yeah, I actually faced a fair share of Angels, so yeah, it was really good value. I think that 2 is the correct number. If you run more, then you run the risk of just drawing dead hands early on. Then, yeah, 4 New Horizons. It's like the bread and butter of this deck. I actually think that New Horizons is what makes Wisdom Dominion control always be insane. I actually talked about it with Clone and who else was it in our Team Hyperion's Discord. And we actually concluded that it's the next change that we want to see in the next patch. And I think that my idea is pretty good. Just move New Horizons to green. Let the ramp be used like in Magic. In Magic, green has the ramp and green ramps the creatures. But if you give the ramp to control, then it can get out of hand really easily. I think that ramping creatures would be more fair. Next, we have 2 power discharge. And I will also talk about 2 assassinates. I will talk about those 2 at the same time. I went for that split because I felt that I might need some assassinates. Because sometimes you just want to remove stuff that power discharge can't remove. But at the same time, power discharge is really nice with your hero power. How can I show you the hero power? Oh, this is the way I can show you the hero power. It is a nice combo with hero power because it can basically remove any creature this way. And oh, by the way, let's go back to talking why I chose advanced diaries. So basically, my options were either like I had 4 adequate options, I guess, like basic Despina, advanced Despina, advanced Darius, and basic Darius. I think that basic Despina is bad at the moment, unless you want to play some kind of combo deck, like still want to play Dragon combo. So I just excluded the basic Despina. Then I excluded the basic Darius, because it just doesn't feel good enough to throw a card for 3 mana. Like I have so much card draw in the deck anyway, I have like Jhin, I have 4 Ancient Wisdoms, I have 2 Power Discharges and stuff. So card draw is not really a problem. And then I excluded the basic Despina because I feel that it's just easier to add like 2 Magi Expeditions to your deck as win ones. And just run Advanced Diaries, which actually gives you the ability to control the board better. Like get stall for 1 turn, and it's really good because sometimes it just forces your opponent to play into a Cataclysm. It's like insane hero against mid-range decks. And also in some situations it allows you to kill your opponent when you have like 7 damage on board, like Bloodseeking Mutant and Karthus, and then you just hero power swing for 7. Next turn to play something, you remove that, like with Assassinate, Helm of Dominion or something, and then you just swing again for 7, and then they're basically dead. But okay, let's move on. Ancient Wisdom. I guess I don't have to talk much about Ancient Wisdom. Ancient Wisdom is an insane card in Control. It's 3 it's like turn 3, draw 2 or something. You always put 4 Ancient Wisdoms into your deck if you're playing Control, right? Then Power Surge. I actually included 4. I've seen some Wisdom Dominion lists run 3 Power Surges in the past. But I think that 4 is the correct number because ramp is insane and you should run as much ramp as possible. Okay, I think that I wouldn't run over 10 ramp, but 8 ramp is what you want at the moment. So yeah, play 4 power surges. Then obviously it's nerfed, but it's still insane. 4 cataclysms. Just play 4 of those. It kills like any kind of mid-range deck. Basically against Grand Reunion, you can. I actually ran 1 Grand Reunion deck just out of resources because of cataclysms and my hero power and just other removal I had in my deck. That guy actually had played every single creature in his deck, and I removed literally everything. And I won because his deck ran out. Basically, it says how insane the Cataclysm is. Then I have to use Catador's Bidding, which is actually a really versatile card. You have to think really hard which mode to choose. I think that my stats have been like I've chosen both modes kind of equally. If you need to aggro your opponent, you always choose the lose life, and if you need to survive, you choose gain life. So it really depends on the matchup and on the board situation and stuff. It's actually quite complicated. Like, yeah, it's hard to explain which mode to choose. Obviously, like against shamans, you choose the opponent loses life option. In the control mirror matches, you choose like your opponent loses life, unless you're like really close to just getting 40 life. Yeah. And what else? Okay, it's hard to explain that card. You basically need to figure it out yourself, kind of. Do it based on your feel. What you feel is the best in that situation. There is like not the one mode isn't better than the other, basically. Then this card is back. 2 Uriel Silencers. It's a really great value card against mid-range stacks. You get into a situation where you Cataclysm their board and they have like 2-3 cards in their hand, and then you just play Silencer and then their cards must be played into it. Basically they have to waste like 2 or 3 cards to get rid of it. So it's insane. Then 3 Helm of Dominions. I originally included 3 Helm of Dominions because I was a bit worried about the Reanimator deck. They got rank 1 with yesterday, but I actually didn't see it that much. But I saw a fair share of mid-range decks that had really good threats that they could take with Helm of Dominion. Like I faced Angels, I took Adriel. I faced how was it called? Hair Priests. I took Gomor and stuff like that. So it was never there was never a game where Helm was a bad card. Okay, maybe there was like against Rage Aggro, but Rage Aggro doesn't count. Like Wisdom Dominion Control has always lost the Rage Aggro. So yeah, if you want to counter this deck, then just play Rage Aggro. Then you have a really good chance. And yeah, that's basically it. Then there are like 19 shrines. I think that 19 is correct for the deck that runs so many 4-level stuff and New Horizons and shit. So what else to say? I guess there was nothing to say. So let's just say goodbye and see you in the next video. My name was Sakes, and goodbye.